Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Industrial Faith. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Factorio 4X, your 15-minute Factorio fix. This is Season 2, Episode 14. Now what we're doing here is I have determined, of course, that I cannot support 10 science labs. Heck, I'm having trouble supporting 8. But I also need to rebuild my science lab, so my science production. So, I couldn't sleep last night again, so I was up playing this. And so I decided I'd rebuild at least the red science, and I'm trying to make it as compact as possible. The goal here is to get science running at a far better rate. So I'll run over here, see what's going on. And I'm using the basic ammo, and I can't deal with those biters. So that was my problem right there. Those are upgraded biters, and I can't deal with them. They killed one of my things there. Jerks. That's 30 seconds worth of construction lost. So, you know, I can't repair a tree. So all I'm gonna do is put up some laser turrets, and they will they'll do the trick, because the biters will just eat the wall and the lasers will kill them. So yeah, darn biters. So they aren't flowing to the... There's an open space in the wall, and they aren't going for the open space, which I find interesting. That whole fact that they have a very much a one-track mind, arrow straight in. It's interesting. I'm not sure I buy it as an AI, which, you know, whether I buy it or not is rather inconsequential. But the fact that if they straight line it, that indicates that they're fairly unintelligent. In which case, they're just animals, and I don't care. So that had just given me an excuse to do whatever the hell I want to them, because whatever, like I care, whatever. They're just animals, are trying to attack me. I'm gonna take them down because I can. So again, I'm trying to find where's a good place to build the red science. I'm like, can I do it here? And then I'm like, well, where the hell am I going to put it? So, yeah. Oh, more assemblers. So, again, that's... I am going to move these, by the way. So, I'm kind of, where can we put them? And I'm trying to test. And, you know, that's a lot of structure for very little result. I mean, I just rebuilt essentially the same thing that I tore down. So this is actually pretty damn silly. So I'm just looking at these again, trying to figure out, because my big beef is the inserters for blue science, and those are the ones I really have to work on. So dead aliens. Yeah. So I'm looking at this, I'm not happy. So I'm hoping this is where I tear it down and fix it. Yeah, there we go. And I'm just going to run them behind, because there's a dead space right there. So I can actually... and there you have it. And it's expandable if I find that I don't have enough. If I don't have enough, well, you know, red science, I can expand it. And there you go. Boom. No fuss, no muss. Out of the way. And I could have even tucked some copper in a little bit better. But I didn't, so it doesn't matter, though. Yeah, not a big deal, really. It's just one of those things you look at and you go, oh, okay, yeah. There's some improvements. And again, red science is a very easy, narrow build. Very easy, narrow build to make. I mean, look at it. It's just, you need an iron in to make the gears, a gear output, and then you can just get a copper belt. You're good to go. So this is a disaster over here. It's funny, blue circuits always end up just being a mess for me. And then I try to make speed modules, and those are always a mess as well. So it's just really interesting. It shows that I'm not very advanced in my builds and how I do stuff. So, and I think I build, yeah, I need belts here. So I believe I build yellow belts and the, what do you call them? Splitters. Yes. Because I need splitters. Now I don't think there was a way for me to, yeah, I could have done it like that. I don't know why I did that, but I did, so whatever. So we're just gonna, there's our belts, we're putting everything together here, so that way, again, splitters are the most intensive pocket craft, one of the most intensive pocket crafting things out there for such a very simple thing. So, and I've got them cranking and building, and it's not an issue. Now, of course, I could also piggyback off that and build underground belt, but it's not something I'm worrying about right now. And underground belts are actually really, really, really easy to build in your pocket. They're quick, they're easy, they don't require a lot of materials. As long as you have, you're fine. It's not a big deal. So for me, it's never something that I'm worrying about, really. Maybe someday I'll build a factory where everything is just nice. You know, I build everything. Oh, well, here's this, here's this. I watched Arumba playing an RSO mod thing, and he built a path and then put all the little boxes next to it, and I thought that was really interesting. So, again, I'm looking to make sure that everything's here, and I just decide, let's make 4. Now, I could have put it on the end. Do I put it on the end? Because that's just obnoxious looking, where that is. I really don't like the look of that. And maybe I leave it there. Who knows? We'll find out. So one of the things I then need to build is I need to really work on green science. That's the next thing I need to rebuild. I'm kind of dreading building green science because it's a little sketchy. Because then I have to go to the blue science and yeah. And I'm just kind of looking at the bases, seeing what needs doing. So laser turret damage is always good. And one of the things you can do, again, if your science is a bit behind, hold off on researching. Build up a buffer of science. Now, admittedly, if you have to build a buffer, you're not doing your science correctly, I guess. And there I switched over to efficiency modules because I wanted to work on some power savings. But yeah, if you can't keep up with your science, then your factory isn't working correctly. And so my factory isn't working correctly. But I already know this, and there's always a thought in the back of my mind, how can I improve stuff? So, and again, always worried about accumulators. I don't, again, not convinced with solar still. Hey, got to see an attack. Checking the ammo levels. That's just something you should run around and do every once in a while, is check the ammo levels. It was interesting to me, though, how the regular ammo just didn't do it. So I'm putting up a laser just because I'm like, you know what, I don't want to have to deal with that. I think I replaced 2 of these with lasers. I don't recall. Well, I know I do eventually. I don't know when I do it exactly. So at some point I'm going to have to start taking these guys out. If anything, just for the cotton candy science. Because that stuff's always really nice. And so, again, I'm looking at this, I'm just like, So, eventually, oh, yeah, I'm looking at, there we go. There we go. Looking to start building, that's what I'm doing, is I'm starting to build, getting ready to build Power Armor 2, so I have some robots that I can place turrets and stuff. The only problem is I'm waiting for efficiency modules. I have the speed modules. I need, I think it's 5 level 3 and speed modules and 5 level 3 efficiency modules, but those have a really steep hierarchy of production. You've got to create the level 1s, then the level 2s, and then the level 3s. And the level 3s actually require alien, what do they require? They require alien parts, alien artifacts, cotton candy, which right now to me at this part is sort of a no. I have much better things to do with those. But I will use them to create the level 3s I need for the power armor. And I'm very much looking forward to the time when I actually understand more about the game, because there's a point in this game where I'm going to, again, disassemble something I need for the rocket, and I'll realize it. And it's actually a very quick fix, because I only took apart the very barest pieces. I didn't take apart, you know, tons and tons and tons. But there's my neighbor with the fart pipe again. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but at least he drives slowly in the neighborhood. That's always a nice thing. There's some people who just, you know, rock you like a hurricane out there. So, and I'm just doing this to move my turrets up, because I don't want anything able to come in and if for some reason some large assault breaks my defense up at the front, I want... Wow, my accumulators look like they were dry. I want a bunch of lasers to be able to deal with it. So, and I'm moving the coal here because I'm going to be building another line of power. The 10 isn't, it's just not doing it. Obviously, you saw my accumulators were bone dry, and that's no good. So accumulators are supposed to be a cushion. Yeah. And ostensibly you want it so your solar can do, so your accumulators last all through the night. And I can barely do that, but then my solar cells don't pick up the slack, so to speak. So, and this is where I start building weird stuff. I mean, for lack of a better word, or for lack of a better phrase, weird stuff. What you build? Weird stuff. Oh, that's nice. What are you building that for? 'Cause can. So here we're just gonna more Vasa. Okay. Swap that out because I'm gonna use the other one here because it's closer and it makes sense. Mostly. And coal gets an underground pipe. Or coal gets an underground underground belt. Now, one of the things I do like about this, and I think it's particularly genius, is the boiling water manifold, so to speak, can be anywhere. So, what do I do here? Oh yes. I truly did not expect to have to use this. So here we go. So we have more. We've doubled the power, so we're going to have less issues at night. The accumulators will drain less, and we'll have more cushion, which is fantastic. Because we're going to need more cushion if the aliens start pushing. Know what I'm saying, Vern? So here we go. Efficiency modules. And there I'm building my 4 or 5 I need for the power armor. Yeah, 5 efficiency modules. So that's very excited about this. I'm very much looking forward to power armor and robots and blueprints and stuff like that. I think bigger biters. I'm not doing the really crazy ones, but I'm not doing the big blueprints or anything. But I am looking forward to turret creeping with robots, just because it makes it easier and a lot more fun. It's always fun when you can just go out and whatever, drop the robots, let them do their thing. They even repair stuff for you. I think it's fantastic. So at the time I'm debating, what am I debating? Oh, I'm debating, every time I look at this I think, should I drop 2 more labs and see if I can do 10, but it just never really works. ladies and gentlemen, we're wrapping this up. Thanks for joining me for another episode of Factorio 4X, your 15-minute Factorio fix. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Have a good night, and bye-bye.